Hello, sweet sisters. Here we are, inching our way closer to the holidays. And I wanted to share something special with you today. I wanted to share with you a tradition that I have, and I certainly had a lesson for us here as well. So let me know how everyone is doing. Hard to believe that we are already here. 1 week from today will be Christmas. So hello, sweet sister Barbara. So glad to see you. So, you know, we all as families have different holiday traditions. And so wherever you are, sweet sisters in the world, whether you're celebrating Christmas or whether you're celebrating another holiday, we all have traditions that are important to us. I would love to hear about some of yours. Hello, Sarah, sweet sister, and Carla. So glad to see you all. Well, I had someone important in my life that started giving me these special ornaments, Christmas ornaments from years ago. And they usually come in special little boxes. They're usually, they have a little signal stamp and they have a little string. And so I always look forward every year to opening up the Christmas boxes. You pack them very carefully and you untie it. And it always, I'd love to hear about some of yours as well. Hello, Sonia. When you open it up, it always has a level of wrapping paper and tissue, and voila. Then you open up and you have all these wonderful ornaments. And I have a variety of different collections. It's been great fun. Hi, Donna and Gail and Griselda. Boy, I've got all kinds of people. And Connie, I'm so happy to see you all. Well, this particular one is a gift that I'm going to be giving to someone very special in my life. Hi, Gail. And but I wanted to share something with you because it had to do with a lesson. So I know she won't mind if I share the lesson. Hello, sweet sister Bonnie. I'm so excited to see you all. And I would love to hear about some of your fun traditions as well. What do you do? Well, there's always, so in this one, it's a train, it's like a train set, okay? It has a train and it's got little things that hook right along. I always find them so fun and colorful. And more importantly, they're memories. They're memories of when I received them. They're memories of something that brings back something special. You know, there was a time in my life that I used to be so busy I would become quite flustered at the holidays. I mentioned this to you many weeks ago that sometimes I endured the holidays instead of enjoying the holidays. Hello, Tammy and Deborah and Ida, Vashti. Universal blessings to all of you as well. So what I wanted to talk about here today is the train tracks of life. Because I've been mentioning this thing about the fact that we're inching closer to December 21st, which for the first time in 800 years, we have Saturn and Jupiter that are going to be close together. And there is this burst of cosmic energy that's coming in for us. And we can absorb it in one of two different ways. And when I was thinking about all of you, because you are always on my mind, I was thinking about the message and very clearly heard use the trains. I said, okay, we'll use the trains. And it's which train track do you want to be on in life? Because that's what's happening right now. What happens with this cosmic energy is it floods in, okay? It floods in. And think about life as being at a train station. Which train are we going to take? Are we going to take this one or are we going to take this one? Let's assume they're on two different tracks. If we take this one, okay, and this is going to be the decision that we're making either consciously or unconsciously, which is why I wanted to do this today, sweet sisters, is some people don't realize that they are on a track where they are allowing frustration and anger and anxiety and fear, angst, addiction to suffering. I've mentioned that a couple of times, but they don't realize that the lack of forgiveness, the uncertainty, the woe is me, the worry, that's a particular train track. And sometimes I didn't know for many, many years. I did not realize for many years that I was on that train track. And you see, for a long time, I thought, I don't want to drop these. I thought that was the only train track there was in life. That train track was life was hard. I must survive. This is the best it gets. And that was the train track. And I mentioned to you that part of my joy of self-discovery over the past decade was to realize that, okay, I learned a lot from that train track, but there was a fabulous new train track available. There was a fabulous new train track available. And I'm bringing this up to each of us because what I'm hoping is by the sheer fact, hello, sweet sister Brenda, glad to see you. By the sheer fact that you are connected with me, there's no accidents in life. That I know. I have been doing this for a really long time, and I know that when someone's life and my life, when we cross paths, there's a reason. And so I'm slowing us down today to remind you that that's what's happening with this window that we're going through. Now, it's not necessarily like it's a magic switch come Monday the 21st, everything is going to change. But I do know this, is that whatever choice we make, because this is a free will universe, whatever choice we make, that's the train track we're going to be going on for a while. And so I told you about the smaller train track that I had lived with for a large part of life. I have been working extra hard, and I want to invite you to do the same, especially over these next few days, to make a conscious free will choice to say, I want to choose this train track. I want to choose a train track of peace and joy and goodness and hope. I see that, Barbara, absolutely. I want to be on the train track where I have so much prosperity that comes my way because I want to share it with the world. How fun is that? That's one of the things that I really had to let go of a long time ago, was the fact that, I always had to be in survival mode. I really did believe that for a long time. It took a while for me to change to that prosperity consciousness. And what I realize now, I love that choose joy. What I realize now is that resources and prosperity is simply energy, and that when it comes in my life, I give it freely, and I give and I give and I give, and that is such a joyful feeling. And when we know the relationship with prosperity, when we let go of the survival and we open our arms for the prosperity and we do it for the greater good of all, what happens is we're trusted with even more. That's what happens in life. And so I wanted to offer you write down what's the train track that you want. Because see, what happens many times in life, sweet sisters, is that we don't make a choice. This one looks all nice and sparkly, I get it. But it's going down a train track, and so which way are you going? So I would invite you to sit down and write down 2 train tracks on a piece of paper. And write down the train track that you've been on. And give it words, give it voice, whatever it is. And then I want you to please, I invite you, I encourage you, I want to inspire you to consider of making the free will choice about this real train track that you want. Because as I go into the 21st, what I've been doing is releasing old habits, releasing crutches that I no longer need. I have been inviting health into my life and into the life of my family. I have been inviting great joy and great love. Love where our hearts burst so much with love and light and that kind of just beauty, internal beauty, that when we walk through the world, everyone else can't help but notice, because we are becoming that walking through the world with light. What a joyful place that is. And and I have people say, well, Kim, that's easy to do sometimes if you're in a good place, but what about those of us who are in rough places? Well, sweet sisters, I've been there. I've told you before that I've been there, and I know what it's like to have nothing. Nothing, not a cent, not a dime. Hello, Ida. Love that. I remember what that's like. I remember having no hope. I remember having no idea. I remember being full of worry and angst, and I kept chugging along like the little engine that could. I love that story when I was a kid, and I do know that truly every choice I made and every moment was about which track did I want to be on. And even on the days that I had nothing, I would continue to wake up and say, I choose the track with prosperity. I choose the track with joy. I choose the track with purpose and meaning and inspiration and friendship and relationships and goodness and protection. And so I invite you to be very, very purposeful this weekend. Because what's happening is that with this cosmic energy that's coming in, please understand that there are dark factions in the world that are trying to use it for the darkness. The business of experiencing the coming 21st proactively is going to be a positive gig. I get it, Bonnie. That's where I'm with you, sweet sister. Positive gig. Because see, there are dark factions in this world that are trying to use this cosmic energy. They're trying to use it for harm. And I simply go around and I burst their bubbles in my head. I want to see a world free of human trafficking. I want to see a world free of slavery. I want to see a world full of health and wellness. I want to see brand new technologies come our way that sickness can be a thing of the past. I want to see where people have places to live and food to eat. I want to see where there's no more abuse. I want to see where people are living in that beautiful creative spot that brings them great joy. You see, I found that spot for me. And a large part of that is writing and studying and learning, because I'm really a big geek. I'm a big geek. I should have my big four-eyed glasses. I see many of you are agreeing with me with the big hearts. And so it really is which train track do we want? And see, what happens is many of us don't make a choice. Not making a choice is a choice. I want to be really, really clear about that, sweet sisters. We live in a free will universe, no matter what our beliefs are from around the world. And sweet sisters, you know that even though I've been mentioning Christmas here because I'm based in the USA, I see all those hearts. I'm sending you all lots of love as well. You all know that regardless of where you are in the world, that I have a deep and profound respect for beliefs from all over the world. This is a joyful time. But for many, it's also a very difficult time, and I acknowledge that. And you know what was interesting is I was actually singing to one of the songs that bring me great joy. And I was thinking about the fact that we don't have to believe everything to be able to join in with the joy and the devotion. You remember when I told you many months ago, I shared with you that I had a divine guide. Hello, Gail. So true. Absolutely. I had a divine guide that actually was encouraging me to take a family member to Rome, to the Vatican. And I was like, why would I do that? This person had been abused by the church and harmed. And they said, Kim, even though, this is worth repeating, really important to remember, sweet sisters. She said, even though there might be veins of corruption that are there, the devotion of millions of people are just as real and beautiful and sacred as everything else in that place. You can drink in that beauty. That really hit home for me, because for many of us, no matter what it is that our beliefs are, is I can sing a song from another belief and I can still feel and resonate. I can still feel that love and that joy, because what I do know is that no matter what language we speak, no matter what belief we have, love is universal. Peace is universal. Goodness is universal. So I cling to those things, because what I have found, sweet sisters, I'm sending all the hearts right back to you. What I have found of all these years, and so many people say, Kim, you know, you've met people from all over the world and all these different beliefs, you know, doesn't it frighten you? And I'm like, no, no, because I've seen the light in the eyes of the people that I teach. I have spoken to the Muslims, I have spoken to the Hindus, I have spoken from many of my friends, I've spoken with my Jewish friends, I've spoken with, I have women in Israel that I communicate with, in Germany, in the UK, in India, and even I've heard from some of my friends in Korea who want to. You're hitting all the buttons. I even have women in Korea, one that wants to translate my book into Korean, mind you. And what I learned to see past is I learned to see past all the differences. And I see the things that unite us. And so, sweet sisters, wherever you are tuning into the world, I want you all just to drink in that love, the love that's just shining through, just bubbling up through this particular video. You know, there were years ago that I was so frightened to be on a video. I want you to know that. I'm so frightened. And my divine team kept saying, Kim, keep working on this, because we need video to become as natural to you as breathing. And I remember I used to cry and my heart would beat and I would become all fearful. I share that with you because I don't want you to think that anything about this journey has been a piece of cake for me, because it has not. It's simply courage and fortitude and perseverance. And who knows what you are meant to do in your world, sweet sisters. We are about to go through major, profound changes in this world. So this year was a big year for all of us. And as we're inching our way, okay, going down the tracks, I better not shake that too much. I'll be mad at myself if I break it. I'm feeling the love today, sweet sisters, and I hope you are feeling it and drinking it in. Just drink it in. Before I get on every video, I asked my divine team to simply pour divine source and light through me so that it can reach you no matter where you are in the world. And so I want you to think about me being a dot here on the southeast of the USA, and that my light, my arc of light, goes all the way from my heart all the way to where you are, and then from where you are all the way to the next sweet sister, all the way across the world, because that connection is what connects us all, sweet sisters. And you know, we haven't reached a time yet where people can see that, but I know it to be true. I know it to be true with a capital K. And I know that many of you do as well. So we have taken a break from the book club for just a few weeks. I'll be starting back up on January 6th. Hopefully, if you haven't seen the invitations or the emails, drop me a note. But we've been sending out even videos and things because I'm still with you through all this change. Look at all these hearts and thumbs. Oh, I'm feeling it today, sweet sisters. Whew. Let's just fill this world with so much light and love that it just radiates. Just simply radiates, that our confidence and our being, there can be no question of where we find our source. And so, sweet sisters, the thing I'm going to wrap up here is to ask yourself truly, is be very, very intentional this weekend about which track you're going on. Because what I do believe is this, is that the energy, I told you, you're the best thing to happen to me in this crazy 2020. Oh, Ida, how you know how to make me so unbelievably humble and touched, and I would tell you the very same thing. All of you have been such a precious, precious, precious gift. Be very intentional, sweet sisters, this weekend as we inch closer to the 21st and beyond. Which track do you want to be on? Which track do you want to be on? I hope you're going to be on the track that's full of light, full of hope, full of prosperity, full of health. And I cannot wait to celebrate the new earth, the new world that's going to be for you and I. I know we're going through transition times, and for many people, you know, they say, well, I really want this, but I'm going to put one foot in this track and one foot in this track. Sweet sisters, what I do know is this, is that there's no half and halves anymore, sweet sisters. Hugs to you too, Twain. Hugs to you too. Make a decision and wholeheartedly commit to it. Don't keep one foot in the other, okay? Don't keep one foot in the old way and one foot in the new way. I want you to really commit to yourself and say, I am all in. I am all into the goodness. I am all into the peace. Because when we make that decision, what it does is it radiates across the world, and that ends up becoming Bonnie. Look at Ida. Bonnie, you made Bonnie tear up as well. You're absolutely sending lots of love. Whatever track, when you choose this track, then we each radiate it out, and it sends a signal out to the world. And so even if you don't see a soul for the next few days, the next few weeks, sweet sisters, because I know everyone's situation is different, know that when you make the choice to get on the track of goodness, of hope and prosperity and love and joy and peace, that your light shines and shines and shines so large out into the world, it would be like you are a lighthouse in that part of the world. Woo, wah, wah. And the more we shine, the more we send the darkness away. And I don't know about you, sweet sisters, but if that's one thing that this year has taught me, it has taught me that I have the courage, the fortitude, and the bravery to send the darkness on its way. That's part of why I'm here. I am here to help dissipate the darkness and bring light. And sweet sisters, I know you are too. Sending you all much love, much light. Be intentional. Choose the good track, sweet sisters. Until next time.